I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride. For my brothers, no lie. All you can die. Never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side. Yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you?
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they take on last year's #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield, and the upstart Cleveland Browns. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steelers' all-time leading passer and 2-time Super Bowl champ Ben Roethlisberger ready to lead this offensive unit. And he's led them since his rookie year all the way back in 2004. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And they should be set up for a big game. They have one of the hottest offenses in the league. They're coming in riding a winning streak, but we've seen these quick turnaround games really wreak havoc with what you've done previously. Hopefully they simplified their offense, and they'll just let their playmakers go out and do what they do best.
And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's caught, the former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Good open field tackling there, a 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. To throw, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
And this certainly doesn't seem like an ideal situation for them because they're coming in on a losing streak, and they've got the quick turnaround right here to Thursday night. But maybe that's for the best. Get right back on the horse and go at it again and not dwell on the losing that they've had in recent weeks.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And now here's Switzer, the target, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Well, that'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Sheldon Richardson there to make the play. On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And he whips that one incomplete there. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
A gain of 12. First down, Steelers.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. There are the numbers for McDonald from a week ago. 7 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. On 1st and 10 is Conner.
And in doing preparation for the game, you notice where guys rank in the league in terms of statistical categories. He's 4th in the league in receiving yards. That caught my attention in a positive way.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Switzer on the return. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he stopped immediately there. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. From the 27, Roethlisberger, complete to Washington. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a
I was
threat.
going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Let's get it.
3rd and long for Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A throw over the middle taken in. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Mayfield now, and that'll be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Bud Dupree with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
A 30-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns defense getting ready. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that.
Right.
Totally missed it.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Landry again the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And again, it's Mayfield. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
He'll get this one to Switzer. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some good.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They run with Connor. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Roethlisberger. And a throw there going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I got you. Check it out.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Mayfield on play action. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Joel Bitonio, one of the steals of the 14 draft, the culprit there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Running from the gun, Johnson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run again with Hunt.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On the run is Connor. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, 77 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up
It's
significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Roethlisberger. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. And opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. Fights free yet again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. That's taken in by Callaway. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And this is off the crossbar. Denied a chance to take the lead, but to no avail. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. They begin on the ground here with Connor. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff to Samuels, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll run again with Samuels on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Rodgers brings it in. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line.
First down, Steelers.
On first down, it's Connor. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Pick up the ball. SOS.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Here's Mayfield. And the catch made by Johnson.
Mayfield's pass.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
26, Mike.
To throw, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And he will get into the end zone for 2, and this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. From the gun, a give to Conner. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went. And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the 45.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Steelers 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. To Connor on the check down. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll make it 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Samuels. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This for the lead in the final stages. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mayfield to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything. Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, we got 3 in.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Again, it's Connor. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. He's missed twice tonight, but this time it's for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
This will be fielded at the 8. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew,